Hello everybody, welcome to Ammaron Vlog. This is my other channel I just starting up today. Today of all days. Why am I starting this one up? I was going to start up early. Probably should have been the first thing, right? Because when you're keeping a log of everything. But I just got so busy, man. I had these ideas, and so I just thought I'd keep track. This one's tracking my reaction channel, actually. So just to show you all where I'm working from, for those of you who might be interested, I'm gonna start putting this in my little link. So as you can see, not too bad of a setup, right? Cheap Walmart laptop for like 150 bucks. Like I said, 4 gigs of RAM. I probably need a, and then I got this screen here to help, it's like a station. Got my nice little speaker, my trusty earphones set right here. And then those of you that have been following me on Tom stuff, this is the CD player. I already showed that. This is the room I'm working from. This is my sister's room. As I said, I'm staying with her right now in Texas. We kind of had a long overstay, and especially with the dog getting hurt, he had like some kind of cyst on his foot, and good thing we were able to get it off. It wasn't cancerous, so that's the good news. But we basically had to get it off of there in case it did start to infect him. And for those of you who saw my dog, I'll have to feature him on the vlog for sure. But yeah, that's what I'm working with, and then I got a Samsung phone. So those are my tools right now that I started 2 weeks ago building my channel. And just as I said in the channel itself, Tom was one of those artists that really inspired me to pull the trigger and just start pushing, ahead on this type of stuff. Like it was always a thought in my mind of how I was going to do it, what I was going to do with my music. But just by moving forward with this reaction channel, it's already opened a lot of doors. Matter of fact, I have my notebook, my trusty notebook that I keep showing off on my channel and my reaction channel. I've been going over with my current subscriber base. And that's the Agassi crowd, by the way. I wasn't expecting to even get into K-pop. If you told me 3 weeks ago, before I was going to get this channel started, hey, by the way, you're going to become a big K-pop fan, I would have been like, huh? And sure enough, man, I'm being deep. So anyways, I started like the list here, as you can see, of all these requests coming from the Agassi gang. And there's a couple of requests coming from my other folk, especially for like Broadneck stuff. I haven't really had anything for Tom's because I know Tom, he's got a huge fan base already, the Hog family. And I'm sure they're tied up with all their favorite reactors. Me being a beginner and stuff, I don't even compete with those guys. And, so that's cool though. I'm still going to put my stuff on my playlist and just show people how inspired I am. I seen actually in one of Tom's videos, he had a notebook like this. Probably he writes his ideas for his raps down, stuff like that. This is a great little handy tool. So yeah, just as a reference point, you can see here that I have in week 1. I don't know if I should have been facing this way or whatever. My camera's probably screwed up. So week 1, I have 22. I started out with 22 subscribers, 80 watch hours, and 1,000 views. So as you all know, to partner with YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and you need 4,000 watch hours within the past 365 days. And you need, well, it doesn't have a views requirement, but that just kind of gives an idea of where I was in week 1. Week 2, it bounced up to 108 subscribers. So that's like, did I do that right? It's an 8-time multiplier? That doesn't sound right. That's more like a 5-time multiplier. I don't know where I got those numbers. Maybe it's 8 times for the original. I don't know. I divided 108. Oh man, I gotta fix that. As you all can see, I'm just starting this thing out. But 610, you can see the increase for sure. From 80 watch hours to 610 watch hours, which if you multiply 80 by 7, that's about 56. No, that's not. It's a little bit more than that, right? 163. 1,000 views to 10,000 views. So if it keeps going along this line, this will be my 3rd week starting out. That's why I'm shooting this vlog. This will be day 1, as I've stated here. Day number 1, Thursday. All right, and I already knocked out 2 videos. So I did figure out I had an average of about 10 videos per day over the past 2 weeks that I'm putting in as far as new content. And then right here, week 3, if it goes the way it did this past week, I should see somewhere around 800 subscribers. I don't know. We'll see. Question mark. About 4,200 watch hours. Wow, already qualified for the watch hour. Pretty close to the subscriber base if that hits, and 100,000 views if that's the case. If it does another 10, right? 10 from 10,000. So that remains to be seen. That's why I'm keeping this vlog. We're going to come back and revisit this and see what happened, whether it doubled, tripled, or whether it just stayed the same or went down. I don't know. It can't go down from 10,100 views, right? So anyways, you can see all that on paper, man. It's part of my vlog. Today, I do have a work schedule, and I did like the fact that I did that because, man, I didn't know what I was doing. I just started pouring out video after video. I was working all night and day. It didn't matter. I didn't know what time it was. I was up, down. I just slept when I felt like it. And I was up most of the time, checking out stuff, learning how to use the YouTube. A lot of that was like trying to figure out how to download different things, people learning the copyright stuff, all that stuff. And, but at any rate, I've learned a bunch over these 2 weeks. I'm glad I did what I did because I wouldn't have learned what I learned. And I know I have much more to learn. And, I'm glad I started with just this, I'm sitting there sounding like, man, I wish I had better gear. Well, I'm glad I have what I have because I probably would have got caught up trying to class myself up on that gear, like figuring out how to use it all before I even released one video. Would have got maybe too analytical. Some of us get into what's called analysis paralysis, and we just paralyze ourselves with all these thoughts of like, oh no. Tom talks about that in his music. The demons, our inner demons that like tell us, you ain't gonna make it, you ain't gonna, and all those doubts almost are too much to battle for us. That itself, we just leave it alone and just go do what everyone else tells us to do instead of doing what we want to do. And so, facing those battles, facing those demons is a big part of I think becoming more independent. I am lucky in this scenario where I got this set up for me because a lot of people don't even have that. Like I'm staying with my sister. She literally is working hard. I mean, I don't think she could really afford me being here, but my brother can in San Francisco, which is where we were supposed to be headed back in the first place. I told him what I was doing. He's all about it. He's got another company he's building up. He said I could work from home doing sales and stuff. We'll see how that goes. They still got to push the product off the shelf. Anyways, he said I could stay with him in San Francisco, which I'll be shooting this vlog showing my transition from here to there, going back. And he's fine with me, like just building this channel up, and he can support me. He pays for that rent anyways. He's not expecting any rent from me. I mean, so I'm lucky in that way that I got that kind of support system to build this up. Not everyone got that, so I want to be completely transparent about what I'm doing, so people aren't like telling stories and fibs. Well, you could just build a laptop and do anything you want. No, I mean, just take my story into the correct context, and go, okay, he had this, he had that support. If you have that, if you have your mom or dad, or you have an uncle, or you have a cousin or somebody that's willing to support your art or what you want to do online or through these platforms and help you to get through your first year, if you feel like you've got a niche on something, at least give it a test drive like I did. I wasn't expecting this kind of growth. In fact, I was expecting to take a lot longer to really get this kind of growth, but man, here I am in K-pop and all this stuff. So it's an adventure, to say the least. So with that, I'm glad I did what I was getting to earlier is I'm glad I went back over this morning and went through all of my commentaries and kind of really set up an actual work schedule, because sometimes being an artist, you can be all over the map. And that, I've had a lot of work experience in my past with the Marines, with, working for the government, with working for other private enterprises. And, there's always a schedule, right? There's always an agenda. There's always something that someone else, a manager, a boss, is telling you how the day is going to go. And, then your days, for that, being an employee is pretty much, that's the easiest part, right? You just show up to work, punch the clock, in and out, collect your money, and chill on the weekends, watch YouTube, watch movies, do whatever you want, kind of thing, right? As long as you get your money. So working for myself, I kind of fell in it this way. And now I'm finding a schedule. I'm finding something that's reasonable. Like producing 10 a day for me, the content I'm putting out, as much as I did in the past 2 weeks, instead of going lopsided. Like one day I did like 32. I was up like 18, 20 hours. Slept like 2 or 3 hours going through that, just to see if I could set a record. I wanted to see what my boundary was as far as, pushing it out, putting it into YouTube, doing all this different stuff, putting myself on there, my face on it. And, some of the quality did did go down a little bit doing that. And so that's part of